So as we get started, my name is Dr. Michelle W. Kofer, and I'm one of the leaders here in the company. I'm a regional vice president, and that doesn't mean anything except we just helped a lot of people. Okay. And so if you're on the line tonight and you love helping people, you want to be able to create, financial change for yourself and other people, you are in the right place. So welcome to Freedom Path, guys, an opportunity to change your life and the life of those around you. We work on solving problems, right? If most people want financial freedom, they want time freedom, but they can't get it because they have low credit scores. They don't have any cash flow. As a result of not having cash flow, they're late on bills, they get behind on things, or they just don't have any money to invest. But ultimately, the culprit is us not being taught. So we teach everything in schools except financial literacy. And so with this platform, we are focused on helping people to get educated, because spending or losing $436 billion in a year as a consumer body is a whole lot of money. And so we know families are distressed. Most people get denied when they go out and apply for things, whether they're applying for a car, a mortgage, or even a business loan. People are getting denied. And it doesn't matter if you're a parent with kids, doesn't matter if you're a millennial, it doesn't matter if you're Gen X or Gen Z, guys. The reality is most people right now, if you were to talk to them, will tell you that their finances have negatively impacted them. And so a lot of us, have real issues. We start thinking about most families drowning in debt. Over $7,000 was the average credit card debt for most Americans coming out of last year. So the way to solve that is to get more cash flow. And we're going to talk about a way to help you do that. And as we transition, I want to talk about first Freedom Wealth. Freedom Wealth is our comprehensive solution to helping you elevate your credit score, right? This is not a credit repair company. We are a financial freedom fintech company. You'll learn about that. But we want people to understand, if you don't know how to leverage that 3-digit score, it'll leverage you. And you'll be paying higher interest rates. You'll be getting denied for stuff. You won't be able to start a business or scale a business. So we have a 4-part framework that makes up our Freedom Wealth. And our founders, they put this together because combined, they have experience in both banking for over, decades, and technology. So they combine their genius. And here we are, guys, helping 1 million families over the next 5 years. And so look at this as like a puzzle, right? We know that everything works together, right? And not always for the good. But when we learn how to put things together, they do work for good. And so we've got to understand, I'll never be able to build true wealth if I have poor credit. I'll never be able to get to building and scaling a business if I have poor credit. So we start right there and we look at, what do we need to do? What's the score path to help you get in position to leverage your score? And then once we do that, what are we doing and to make sure that, we building our wealth, we're protecting our assets, and we're, saving money, and we're putting ourselves in the best position to win in this society, which is to own a business, right? If you don't own a business right now, drop a 1. If you are a business owner in the chat, drop a 2. Listen, no shade. It doesn't matter if you're 1 or 2, but what I will tell you, if you don't own a business, you got to. Just last night, we saw the current government administration fire the leader of the CFPB. Whole big deal with that, guys. But what I want us to know, and why we've got to pay attention to our finances more than ever, is what's happening is they're trying to eliminate organizations that focus on empowering the consumer. Who's the consumer? Me. Somebody put in the chat, me. I'm the consumer. I'm the person that buy and spend and pay bills in America. And so we cannot allow, just big business or banking or multi-million and billionaires to win. And so our platform is perfectly timed. So our score path focuses on elevating your credit score so you can leverage it. If I don't have cash flow, at least I got good credit and it'll get me in the door. We have AI technology that disputes everything across all of your bureaus at one time, guys. Going to give you the fastest results you've seen in the market. But guess what? You're not giving $5,000 to Ray Ray and Ray Ray telling you in 30 days you're going to be good. This is you leveraging the technology, click of a button, you sending those letters out through our software. Or maybe you want to mail them, but you've been able to get results. I literally sent out my first set of letters with this company on January the 4th of this year. And on January 29th, the item had been deleted. And so that's a big deal for me, right? And so if you're a person trying to buy a house, or, your realtors told you got to work on your credit score, you got denied at the car lot, this is something that could change you. You got a business, but you couldn't get business account established down at the bank. Why? Because of your credit score. So you want to work on improving your credit score, and we give you attorneys as well. But guys, your wealth formula is one such that you go out and you figure out, how do I create more cash? Well, if you have elevated credit scores, you're not paying high interest rates. You don't have to put 4,000 down when you buy a car. You can get a car with zero down, right? So that means you have more money now to save and invest. Somebody say build wealth. You have more money to save and invest. So you now can build wealth because you got cash flow. So what are you going to do but protect those things? You need a will. You need a trust. You need power of attorney. You need guardian election, especially if you live in a probate state, because I've been a social worker for 16 years prior to getting into financial services. And guys, I've seen children come into foster care when a parent passed away and they had a grandma down the street that could have easily took care of that kid. But for those few days, if there is no will and trust in place, those kids come and they're a ward of the state. So if for nothing else, guys, this is worth it because that costs people hundreds of dollars the hour for an hour, and then the trust is the most expensive part. But this platform includes that for free, as well as access to personal loans. We can do anywhere from $50 to $50,000. So this depends on what you need, right within the comfort of your own home. We have financial planning. You don't have to go sit with a financial planner. We're talking about writing your back office, 66 wealth building tools to help you create plans, whether it's making your first million, buying your first house, paying off your first mortgage. We have those services as well as debt tracker tools, identity theft protection, and make sure that if somebody's trying to hack your identity, you're protected, as well as saving you money. Why? Because money saved is money invested. All right. Anybody like saving money? Put a one in the chat. I am frugal, and I'll be the first one to tell you I'm frugal. I actually just had booked a hotel. We have an upcoming training. I booked a hotel through our training platform. It was $129. Somebody might say, well, if you saw it for $97, why would you change it? Too much energy. Well, guess what I did? I changed it. And now for my entire trip, I'm saving $118. Why? Because money saved is money invested, right? I can go out and put that in an interest bearing account. I can go buy some land. So it's all about your frame of work, your frame of mind. But we know people are traveling. So we want to, again, help you save money right there. We have an amazing travel portal, hotel, airfare, car rental, all of those things that we're spending money on as consumers, which again, you got to be careful, guys. You got to be conscious of what's happening in the world around you. Economics is important. If you're not having money conversations at the dinner table or with your friends, you need a new circle because people need to be having money conversations. They need to be talking about starting and forming businesses. And we have an amazing business academy. I'm going to talk about that later, as well as the ability to help you get funded as a business owner. It's simple, it's easy. And I'm talking about 72 hours, 5 days tops. We're helping so many people to get capital into their hands. So take a screenshot of this, guys. This is everything that comes inside of our Freedom Wealth. So you're talking about what right here, 10, 12, 14 different services within one platform. And we're not asking you to invest $1,500, $3,000, $4,000, guys. If you're needing what we offer, for you, it's only $189 when you get started today. $99 a month. That's $3 a day. And I'm going to show you in a minute. If you're like, you know what? I would love to do this. My money been acting funny. My change been acting strange. I'm going to show you how you can add $100 more to that and get this and an income opportunity that can help you perhaps create your first six figures. No income claims. But I want you to know that, guys, when it comes to, creating a financial blueprint, you've got to have excellent credit. You've got to have a plan for your wealth. You got to make sure that you're not just existing, but you're actually living your life and enjoying your family and loved ones. But you also got to make sure you're winning against Uncle Sam. And the way you do that is with a business. All right. So does it work? Absolutely. I just told you, January the 4th to 29th, I saw results on my own credit, but I've also used to travel. I've also set up, budgeting plans. I linked it to my bank account so I can stay abreast of where I'm spending my money and why. After all of this stuff that's happened in the last 10, 12 days of this administration, and not to talk politics, guys, I'm just talking real. If you don't start looking at where you can cut and save and trim, you better. Okay. And if you have not elevated your credit score, work on that because it's going to save you money. Having better credit, guys, will save you between $200,000 and $1 million plus over the course of a lifetime. So Lizette is a real estate professional. So she said, you know what? I can't make money as a realtor if nobody has credit. I got to be able to find a resource. And so she partnered with this platform, guys. She's been able to leverage this platform not only to help her clients, but she said, let me test it out. 26-point increase. Her personal credit elevated, and she says it's user friendly, and she loves the fact that we provide outstanding customer support. Maybe you're like Coach Trills. Coach Trills, millennial. He has his own rideshare business, but every time he's out and about, he's telling people about Freedom Path. And guess what? He had a client, a hair salon, and she was like, you know what? I'm in a bad financial position, just being honest. Things aren't great right now. I need money. And she thought she was going to get about $1,000, guys. She applied for a loan. 4 days later, she had $9,800 hit her bank account. Y'all drop some fire symbols in the chat. That's what we're doing for our clients, guys. Closed and funded. Coach K had a client that, within 5 days, guys, received $58,000 in new capital deposited into his bank account. And I'm going to tell you what he turned around and did, because he was like, I got 58,000, and that's not even with the best credit profile. So he turned around, bought the Freedom Wealth System, which is what I just showed you first. And guess what? Now he's working on elevating his credit so he can get his next loan. And just so you know, as a broker, I'm going to talk about this. No matter how many times your client gets loans, you get paid every single time. And we're going to talk about your career here as a broker. So if you would just give me another 10, 12 minutes, guys, I want to talk about that, how you can start your career. So I know we have some guests in the room. Listen, if you had the ability to say, I'm going to write my own check and every month I'm going to bring in an extra how many dollars, what would that be? You guys, let me just see in the chat. I want to just see where you guys' heads are. An additional 20,000 a week. Okay. Or is that a month? Either way, it's doable. Okay. Either way, it's doable. Right? Anybody else? What would you be looking to bring in extra? Can I tell you guys the truth? And this is my truth. I got started in this industry in 2017. At the time, I was a social worker. I was a full-time student working on my master's in professional counseling. I had just become a mom, and my credit score was horrible. It was in the 500s. My husband's in the 400s. And I just knew I needed help, but I was so resistant to it. So anywho, I got started, I started working on my credit, but I also added the business, 5,000 a month. I love it. I also added the business, and my mentor asked me what I just asked you. How much extra money would you need? And y'all, I told her $500. Talk about thinking small, right? I told her $500 because that's where I was. Just if I could just keep my head above water, we'd be all right. I'm over here prepaying for lights and coming home in the dark sometimes. I'm sitting on a couch that smelled like mothballs, but it was what I had because my pastor and first lady gave it to me when they moved their sister out of her, what do you call it? Her living facility. I'm sitting at a dining room table that my mom's renting from, a rented center, but that's where I was. But I'm master's educated. I go to work every day, sometimes 60 hours in a week, doing 4 jobs, and they was paying me 48,000 a year. And then I realized, shoot, I can get 48,000 a month. I can make 48,000 an hour. Guys, you're in control here. So what I'm going to share now is our broker career opportunity. And I'm going to tell you no income claims. I want you to just look and see if you see yourself in these pictures, because this is the diversity of our platform, guys. Whether you are an Uber driver, there's a place for you here. Maybe you've been in banking, there's a place for you here. Maybe you served in the military, there's a place for you here. You had your own auto shop. You traveled abroad teaching companies. You're a bilingual builder. You're an online influencer. You got your own travel business. You're a millennial. You're a school teacher. You made millions, 8-figure income earner. You got your tax office. You worked in a call center. Listen, I'm a real estate broker. It doesn't matter, guys. I'm a tax pro, single mom. Doesn't matter. I'm a kingdom leader. Listen, it doesn't matter. You have an opportunity here to get out here. Insurance broker, online marketer. You have an opportunity to partner with the person that invited you to this call tonight. It takes hard work. If you want to make a substantial income, I sell 20,000, 5,000, 7,000, whatever, guys. You got to be able to go out here and be willing to become a leader, work hard, and be dedicated to making an impact. So again, this is the financial technology industry, fintech for short. And guys, this industry is slated to hit $700 billion over the next 5 years. Now, that might not mean anything, but if I told you that right now it's at 389 and in the next 5 years, it's going to almost double, you are in the right place at the right time. If you look at the CFPB, which is the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, if you look at, Federal Trade Commission, if you look at the fact that they're suing Experian, TransUnion, Capital One, Credit One, Equifax, if you look at the fact that they're doing everything they can as an agency to protect us as consumers, but then the government is saying, oh, don't protect the consumers. Let's protect the big banks. Let's protect the billionaires and millionaires. Guys, what does that say? That says it's an opportunity to get out here in the community and make an impact. So if the industry is going to grow and people are going to do finances and technology online, you need to figure out how to get to them, right? And that's why we teach you here how to go solve the problem for 64 million Americans who live in check to check. How to go solve the problems for, literally 2/3 of Americans who don't have good credit. And then we're talking about not even having to go spend tons and tons of money on TV and ads. Guys, we're about to disrupt the financial services industry using social media platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Listen, if you got more than 2 social platforms, drop a 2 in the chat. We're showing you how to go to Craigslist, make money, how to go out here on Alignable. Guys, we're showing you the blueprint. All you got to do is go help people. Somebody say help in the chat. You like helping people. We're going to show you how to help people and get paid and then provide equitable services. Like, we're not offering people trash loans, guys. We're putting people in position so they can win. So I've already shared earlier about our Freedom Wealth. Not going to dive into that. But guys, in addition to that, we have the ability to offer way more to consumers and business owners. Freedom Health. People that don't have insurance, people who paying too much for insurance, maybe even you. We can offer that as a part of our platform. The Freedom Pay, merchant processing, Freedom Life, life insurance, things that people don't have. But what I want to really narrow in on, guys, is this Freedom Business Credit Academy and Freedom Funding. So if you know people who are aspiring entrepreneurs, or they started a business, but they can't get funding, they're not bankable, guys, we have an entire AI-backed academy where the comfort of their home, they can go through this academy, guys, wrap it up in their own pace. Some people might finish it 4 months, some people 6 months, some people might slow poke around and take all year. But either way, when they're done, their business is going to be bankable. They're going to have all of their tiered accounts structured. They're going to have access to a guaranteed $50,000. Somebody put 50K in the chat. Guaranteed $50,000. Nobody's doing that. They might say, I can help you build up your Duns and your Bradstreet, and I can help you with your NAV and your Paydex, but I bet you they can't tell you they're going to guarantee you $50,000. So if you are a business owner, or if tonight you partner with us, guess what? You become a business owner. Let's learn how to scale that through the BCA. And we have Freedom Funding. We work with over 177 lenders, guys, from big banks like BB&T, Fifth Third, Chase, names we recognize, all the way to private money, hard money lenders. We have trust fund money. We're talking about, we have access, guys, to SBA, but we know there was a freeze on that. So loans will be impacted by that, but we're not just doing federal dollars here. So our business is going to still run. And guess what? Because of changes on Capitol Hill, it's going to drive more people to Freedom Path. So this is truly a path for you to build freedom, guys. So when you become a broker tonight with the person that invited you here, you're going to get access to your own business portfolio, guys. You're able to build a business from your cell phone or wherever you have Wi-Fi. We give you tracking devices. We give you a website already done for you. You literally pop your picture in, marketing material, absolutely sleek. The ability for you to be able to start this business and scale it tonight. Like literally, if you knew a business that was interested in getting funded, you could send them an application tonight. Our underwriters would pick up their loan, reach out to them in 24 hours. They might get funded in about 72 hours, 5 days, if they're bankable yet. And guess what? You're getting paid from that. So our success is simple, guys. Money doesn't have to be complicated. Listen, 3 steps. Let people know what you do. What do we do, Dr. Kofer? You help people access money. You lend money to strangers. Yeah, you do. You help people elevate their finances. You direct them to your website. Let them pick what they want. You see down here, guys, Freedom Wealth, Health, BCA, Pay, Funding, and Life. They pick what they want. They purchase it. You get paid. Somebody say simple. And we talk about getting paid, guys. We even keep our compensation simple, right? We pay 5 ways. I am a kingdom leader. Been in ministry, guys, over 15 years. And I will tell you that I love, love, love the marketplace. One, because you get to show up as yourself. You really get to bring your authentic voice to the marketplace, but also you get to make money. And there's no sense in any of us on this line not having access to resources like money. Okay. So we pay you 5 ways. I'm going to go through those here in a minute: activation commission, residual, and then you get 3 types of bonuses. Very simple, right? Simple makes it easy. Again, no income claims, guys, but you get to control your check. If you're trying to make $5,000 this month, we got a blueprint. I'm going to show you in a minute. So you help someone get started, guys. The first way you get paid is 40% on the commission. If you have commissionable product, if you got a loan that gets funded, the company gets paid, you get 40%. Anything that the company makes, you get 40% of that on the retail. Okay. Then you got residual income. That's your second way. Somebody say second. That's your second way. You earn 30% of that monthly commission. So if the client has the Freedom Wealth or the BCA or anything where there's a monthly membership, they're paying because they're getting a service rendered to them and they're enjoying that product. But guess what? Because you referred them, you get paid over and over and over and over. So your income, guys, becomes endless because you're helping people. This is one of my favorite ways that we pay. It's a cab bonus. So if you remember that screen where I show all of our products, there are points ascribed to each product. So some points are 1 point. We have points all the way up to 8 points, 6 points, I'm sorry. And so depending on what product it is, guys, you can make 2 points here. You could get a loan closed and still get paid 40% on that deal and get 5 points. So think about that, because if you wanted to make an extra $500 this week, let's do an open book test. I need $500 this week. How many points do I need, guys? Drop that in the chat. 10 points. You're right. That's all I need is 10 points. But let's say I need to make $1,000 a week. That's pretty close to somebody said their goal was 5,000, right? Just 15 points a week. This is just one way. I just told you this is 5 ways to get paid. We're on way number 3. But what if I said, you know what? I need to make 2,500 a month. I need to make 10,000 a month. I need a 6-figure bid, right? Guys, 20 product points a week. You could go and help 10 people start with our broker bundle and do that. You could go close 4 loans and do 20 points in a week. So that's $10,000 a month, guys. Again, that's 6 figures. And once you hit that, it resets. So you can earn $2,500 over as many times as you can recruit. Okay. And so we enjoy what's called the broker model. The broker model is no different than real estate. In real estate, you have a broker who works with realtors who show houses to families who are consumers. Those consumers buy a house, the realtor get paid, the broker gets paid. Okay, follow me. No different than insurance, the broker model. You got an insurance agent that writes a policy for a family. The family pays for the policy. The insurance agent gets paid. The insurance broker gets paid. You are a funding broker, no different than those industries. Okay. So as a funding broker, you go out here and you build out your team. You got teams represented all across the country. Every time somebody make money, guess what? You're going to make money. So let me just give you an example. I'm here in Georgia. I go out here and I share this information with my business partner in Texas. They got paid $500 and I'm going to earn 20% of that. I'm going to earn 100% as a broker. Or let's say they got $5,000. They made $5,000. I'm going to get $1,000 of that. Y'all put the word passive in the chat. Passive. This is passive income. You're not working for this. They're working for their income. And because they're in your brokerage, you're going to get a little piece of the pie. So guys, that's just called networking. If you have a big network, you'll have a big net worth. So you got to be cautious of who's around you, but we train you how to build a strong network so that you can scale your business and scale your income. Because guys, not only do you get a bonus, that CAB bonus for your own personal points, you share this with people on your team. They share it with other people. They get loans closed. They get paid. They get deals done. The BCA Academy, all of that, guys, guess what? Those points roll up to you. And so you now inherit their points and your points. And what does that look like? Extra money. Somebody drop $signs in the chat. I just want to make sure I'm in the right room. You make extra money. So if your goal is like mine was as a struggling social worker to make $500 a month, when you do that, you realize you can make more than that. I remember my mentor pushing me. She said, "Well, if you can make 500, why you can't make 5,000?" And I pushed until I got to 5,000. And when I got to 5,000, she said, "I bet you think you can make 10?" Yeah, I think I can make 10. If I can make 5, I can make 10. What about 15? What's your goal? What's your 1 year goal, Michelle? I said, "I'm gonna set my 1 year goal for 15,000 a month. If I can make $15,000 a month, I'm leaving my job." And guess what? She sat down with me. She said, "Let's create a plan on how to exit corporate America." I'm not telling you you got to leave your job, but what if you had a platform right here in front of you tonight that could show you how to go out here and just help 10 people build a business with 15 points minimum, and you just added $12,000 a year to your salary? That's an extra $1,000 a month. It may not seem like a whole lot, but what if you help 20 people? Now we're talking about $24,000 added to your salary. So if you're making 40,000 as a school teacher, now you got 64,000. And guess what I love about this money, y'all? It's pre-tax. We pay taxes on this at the end of the year, because unlike a W-2, when you are a business owner and you get a 1099, you get to tell Uncle Sam what you're going to pay him in taxes. All right. And I can tell you that truthfully because I'm a tax owner. All right. So what if you were adding an extra 48,000? We got people doing that. We got people right now, guys, on this line who are earning all the way up to 96,000 extra a year. 48,000 a year, that replaces the average salary for most Americans. But we're not talking about quitting your job. We're talking about just adding 4,000 extra a month. What would you do with that? Drop it in the chat. Let me just see. What would you guys do with that? You have the ability to make an extra 4,000 a month passive income. What are you going to do with that? Let me just see who I got in the room. Somebody traveling? I love it. See the world. Why not? What else? What would y'all do with that money? I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, baby. I'm buying blocks. I'm building up multiplexes. All right. Yeah, that part. Somebody said investing, paying down debt. That's what I'm talking about, Ron. We're gonna get debt free. So all of our money is liquid. So we can tap into this magic formula of CAC, cash, assets, cash. Absolutely. So we're gonna work on living financially free. The company is called Freedom Path. This comp plan, guys, can pay you $128,000 a month, not a year, a month. That's $1.5 million a year by just going out here and building your business. So I know, guys, I want to challenge you to think bigger sooner. If you're on the line today and you just want to improve your finances, great. You're in the right place. But if you want to help other people improve theirs, you're still in the right place. And it doesn't matter if you have experience or not, because we have some of the best trainers in the world. In fact, I was a little late to this call because we were in a leadership meeting talking about how we're going to help people have the best 2025 ever. How we're going to show people how to show up in Atlanta March the 7th so they don't miss this revolutionary opportunity to scale their business. How they have such a unique entrepreneur approach that the government is literally pushing people into your hands. All you got to do is show up online and be visible. But guess what? You show up when you want to. You got flexible hours. You work from anywhere. You got internet, guys. You got business. And then you don't have to go around branding them, guys. They're going to give you a website and everything. But guess what? You're your own brand. I show up as Kofor Legacy Group. Depending on where I'm at, I might show up as a pivoter. But I'm telling you right now, you're your own boss. And your mentor, the person that invited you to this call tonight, you want to get right back to them as soon as we hang up and get started. Because guess what? Everything you do in this business is willable, sellable, or transferable. So it's your business. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So what's the investment? You probably already thinking like, oh, Lord, I got 14 things. I got 5 ways to make multiple 6 figures into the millions. Man, they about to ask me for $3,500. No, guys. We understand where people are and what people need. And so I'm going to tell you right now, whether you are a person like Coach Kevin, who has risen to the ranks of this company, started out in a call center and worked his way to the top, and now he goes back and imparts into at-risk youth, the same kids that, he once was. Whether you're a person like him who says, you better find a way to make money in your sleep or you're going to work till you die, or whether you're like myself. I'm someone who came from the projects, guys, didn't have anything much, but hope and a prayer. But I worked hard and I believed in learning from other people. I've always been a lifelong learner. So if you can learn anything at all, guys, you can win here. If you can just sit around and be coached by the people that coach you, you can win here. We have the tools that build wealth. And I'm gonna tell you, as a tax pro and a certified credit coach, when I saw Freedom Path, I said, this is it. This is everything in one place. And look, this is what I said. This going to help people get to the other side of money. All I want to do, guys, is help people get to the other side of money. Listen, put a one in the chat if you've been on the wrong side of money. Maybe you've been broke. Maybe you've been bankrupt like me. Maybe you done lost stuff. Listen, my husband and listen, true story. I'm done. We got to get out of here. My husband and I, when we first got married, we were struggling so bad, you guys. We lived in an apartment, and if you get a flat tire, they like put the little sticker on your car. So we didn't think they were going to tow our car until one day we woke up and that truck was gone. He had this truck. It was brand new. I'm not brand new. It was totally paid for from his first marriage, and all he had to do was pay insurance on it every month. Well, the tire was flat and we couldn't afford a flat tire. When they towed our truck to the impound, guess what? We couldn't afford the tire. Doggone well we can't get it out the impound. So I'll tell you, crazy as it sounds, we lost a whole paid for vehicle. We went out, financed a vehicle, whole vehicle got surrendered. We had to turn it back in because we were just struggling. And most Americans are in that place where they're on the other side of money. They're not on the winning side. We're on the winning side now. We can invest. We have business credit. We got cars in our business credit name, land, all of that stuff, guys. Freedom Path is the path. You're going to be able to do that, guys, and get on the other side of money where you ain't always worried about how I'm going to pay this and how I'm going to pay that. Get on the other side. Dr. Tangela Collins Myers was on the other side. She was making good money, multiple six figures, literally three deep from a corporate CEO in the banking world, in the financial institution in Charlotte, making all this money. But guess what? No freedom. You may be on the line today like, well, Michelle, I don't have bad credit and I got money. But what about time? Because some of us are missing everything our kids do. You missed the recital, you missed choir anniversary, you missing church on Sunday because you got to go work 12 hours because somebody didn't show up. You got to pull your laptop out even when you don't want to. See, this right here, I love doing on Sundays, but I don't mind because I get to choose that I'm off on Tuesday. And I could be off on Thursday and Friday if I wanted to be, right? So you have choices here. And that's what drove her here, guys. And she said her advice, don't let fear or doubt hold you back. With the right support system, tools, and the willingness to grow, success is within reach. So by now, you're already thinking like, man, I'm so grateful somebody invited me on this line tonight. You're already thinking like, oh, I got 5 people I'm going to help. My husband need help with his credit. You're thinking about your little sister that just launched her boutique, or maybe your best friend who's been cooking in her kitchen all throughout the pandemic. Now you can help her get a shop, or maybe she wants a food truck. Guys, we have a twofold mission here: help consumers get on the other side of the money so they create a path to freedom, and help businesses access the capital so they can scale their business so they stay on the right side of freedom. That's it. It's a twofold platform. So to come on board tonight, guys, you want to come in, be a partner, use the services. Remember I showed you earlier it was $189. Guys, add $100 more and boom, you're in business tonight, and you got access to all those wealth tools, credit attorneys, all of that. And guess what? It's still just $99 a month. So you're not paying anything extra. It was $189 and $99 a month, and now I'm showing you $289 and $99 a month. So what I want you to do, guys, is go ahead and get back with the person that invited you here tonight and let them know I'm ready to get started. I don't want to, start out as a customer and later come in as a broker. I don't want to start as a broker and then later come in as a customer. I'm coming in now. I want to be able to not only leverage and use the platform, I want to be a part of the product. And then maybe you're like, nah, this ain't for me. Well, great. Listen, we are grateful you came on the call. We are always looking for referral partners. In fact, if you are a kingdom leader and you're saying this isn't for you, we have an amazing platform. We just taught over 160 something kingdom leaders last Wednesday. Our owner did how churches and religious entities can access up to $100 million and what they need to do to structure. So if you're not interested, send those referrals over to us. Whoever invited you here, we would love to make that 40%. And we'll throw you something back. We'll give you 10%, 5%, whatever. Okay. We'll sow you a seed back, but I can tell you it's nothing like making the money yourself. Okay. And then maybe you got questions. We're going to stop right here, guys. If you have any questions, please go ahead and raise your virtual hand. We'll answer those questions for you. Again, thank you so much to our guests who are in the room. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, thank you, guys. If I cannot tell you anything more, I would tell you this quote from Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie says, the secret to getting ahead in life is getting started. Some people think that you got to, in order to get ahead in life, it take money to make money. And that may be true in some aspects, but I mean, when I look at $289, that's no money. And you can walk away with six figures, seven figures if you take it serious, no income claims. But what the real secret is, guys, and some people think it's all about being around the right people. The real secret is getting started, not starting, not investing in yourself, not signing up and enrolling when you see something in front of you that's absolutely amazing is what's going to stop you. The secret to getting ahead is pulling the trigger. Get started. You learn as you go. That's what we love about this platform. So that's my time. I see we got a few leaders on here and we do have a little bit of extra time to play with. I see the amazing Apostle Robin out of North Carolina. She's in the building, Kingdom Leader. Been able to be in this platform, guys, just a couple of months, multiple promotions. She's building a team of Kingdom Leaders. We have the amazing Dr. Tina Houchin, 16 and a half years in the military, served her country, guys. She's in this room on tonight. We have the great Mr. Rod Farrell. Rod is a Kingdom Leader, has worked in the auto industry, has literally, just overcome so much, even medically, to say, you know what, fix what you're ashamed of. So if any one of you want to come up, share anything, and wrap us up, you feel free to do so. If not, guys, get back to the person that invited you here.